Morning, everybody. Armando Torres here, broadcasting out of Vernon, New Jersey. This is a incredible day out here. It's not snowing anymore, so I'm excited about that. Tonight, I want to go into a training specifically dedicated to those who are already in the business and really kind of need a little bit of direction. And I want to go into some advanced compensation training, specifically when it comes to the RPC, guys, because I want to let you guys know that, in my opinion, PJ knocked it out of the park with the RPC, with the RE Players Club. And a lot of times we get into the business and, we don't know, who to build with, what lines to do, what to do. And, we just start throwing everything against the wall, which is good. But I want to show you guys how, if you organize yourself, organize your team the right way, you can build a pretty powerful organization, and more importantly, a pretty decent income. All right. So I want to share with you guys tonight. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. There are a few people online. If you guys see my screen and you have any questions, write in the chat, because once I go into screen share mode, I'm not going to be able to see this particular window, but I will be able to see you guys. So I'll be able to see any comments that you guys may have. All right, good deal. Screen share has started. So if you guys can see my screen, please go ahead and write in the chat that you can see my screen. I just want to make sure everybody's on the point tonight and that everybody can see. If you can see my screen, go ahead and write in the chat that you can see my screen. I should have a little pop-up window here that'll let me know. All right. So here we go. So tonight, we're going to have a discussion on the RPC, how that builds up. Let me go ahead and get this going a little bit bigger. Let me see here. 18. All right. And actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up so you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about. All right. So if you go to your actual business site, right, RE2.0 / your username, and let's use this as an example, /PH, right? This is our dummy site for Powerhouse, so Manny and I could actually get to learn the opportunity here. So you go to RE Opportunity, and then I want to drop down to where it says RE Players Club. And I'm going to focus tonight on this particular part of the game here, RE Players Club. So I want to make sure that we are all on the same page. Before we go into that detail, I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys this. Let me go ahead and share this. A couple of things. Right now in the March promo, for every 3 BFs direct, that equals $450. And it's paid $300 in this cycle and $150 on the 3rd month. Now, I wanted you guys to know that you can do this unlimited times. Why is that important? Because if you do 6 BFs, you're making $900. If you do 12, you're making $1,800, and so on and so forth. Now, I got people calling me all the time saying, "Listen, Armando, I need money for this, or I need to do that, and I got my kids' graduations coming up. We need this, or we need that." I'm like, "Listen, this is what we got to do this month, right now, right quick. Let's take advantage of this." Now, one of the beautiful things about it is that once you build your front line, you can use that and enroll in place and then build out for your RPC. So make sure we understand that straight here. So build hard on your front line and use enroller place to build out the RPC. All right. Now I can't emphasize that enough, guys. That's where the money's made here in this business. We're going to go direct, and then you're going to build it. One of the beautiful things that PJ did when he organized this comp plan was that we do not have a chronological order in your holding tank. In other words, you go out there and you sponsor a stud like Lee, right? Tommy Corbett down in Atlanta, right? And then tomorrow you go out there and you sponsor, you're talking to your sister who's kind of retarded. She doesn't understand when you're telling her, listen, you got to get in this business. This thing is good. If she does listen to you, you can go ahead and bring her in the business front line to you and put Lee under her and help her out with her RPC. Now you're going to retain the 50% match. You're going to retain all the stuff that we have in the comp plan, right? But more importantly, you're going to help her out even though she came in after, right? That's one of the beautiful things that we have in the comp plan. So tonight, let me go back to what I was telling you guys, because I wanted to make sure that you guys understood this, right? We got until midnight on Sunday night to go out there and crush this hard, make yourself another $150. Leaders, you guys want to show your team this, you want to show your team that you can make money. So let's go out there and you go out there and get your 450, right? Then turn around and call your team up and say, hey, I got my 450. You got yours yet? Let's help you out. Boom. And let's get them going, because that's how we're going to have the growth, and the RPC legs are going to start kicking up. So I want to read this right off of the page. And guys, I want you guys to go to your website and read it off of your page as well. The RPC Players Club, as you begin to build at least 3 sales teams. So it opens up when you have 3 sales teams. You become eligible to win the RPC bonus, to earn the RPC bonus. As soon as you have 50 active sales BF, they have to be active in your teams, you qualify for your $1,250, and you begin a minimum of $250 a month in monthly residual. Now, as your team continues to grow, you'll be eligible to get bigger and bigger bonuses. We'll show that right now. Now, I want you guys to understand this one here. It says requirements. Folks, we're putting a lot of money in, okay? The ownership here, again, all 4 of us are owners, excuse me a second. Andres, I'm on a webinar, Papi. I need you to be quiet. Sorry, guys. As you know, this is a live event, and my kids sometimes forget that. Anyways, so when we design this and we're looking at the numbers, we want to make sure we reward you guys, right? We want to make sure we reward the field, but we don't want it to be taken advantage of either. Okay, as a company, that's very important. You want to make sure that the company's not taken advantage of either, because that way the company stays in business. And folks, that's the number one thing I could tell you. Peter Jensen and John Gilbert, folks, they've stayed in business. They fought the fight, and that's one of the things that I want to make sure we understand here. So that's why this requirement is so important. It's so important for you to understand. We don't want to reward a runaway leg, okay? And for those of you guys who are new to network marketing and don't understand what a runaway leg is is when you bring in a stud that goes crazy and brings in 5,000, 10,000 people, right? We want to help you. We want to reward you for that. But there has to be a checks and balance so that everybody gets paid and the company still stays in business. And that's why we have this 2/3 rule. One of the beautiful things about this 2/3 rule is that you have the ability to build out multiple legs, and really you only need 2 power legs. You only need 2 legs to build out completely. So the 2/3 active BFs in 2 of your sales legs, and then no more than 1/3 coming from any one sales leg. How does this look? Let me show you graphically how this looks here. So, rules of the game. To get to RPC 50, you would need 3 legs, right? One leg would be 17, the other leg 17, and the other leg 16, okay? Let's say you have a leg of 100, a leg of 17, and a leg of 18. Of this leg of 100, only 17, which is the 2/3 rule, right? No more than 1/3 can come from this one leg of 100. So 17 of that will qualify you for the RPC 50. Now, they're still there and they're still growing. And as these other teams start growing out, let's say they get to 50 and 50, then, this leg qualifies you more people so you can get to the higher RPCs. But it has to be 2/3 of the production have to come from 2 legs. Now, the beautiful thing about this is that once you have the 2/3 coming from the 2 legs, then you can have 1, 1, 1, 1, 14, 15, etc. And that qualifies you for the RPCs moving forward. Is that confusing, or does everybody understand it? If there's any questions, please speak about this right now, because I want to make sure we understand the rules of the game here. Are there any questions on that? All right. Moving forward then. No questions, I move forward. Excellent. So let's say we have 17, 17, and 16, right? You qualify for the RPC 50. Now, yeah, sir, the company is definitely rocking, man, and I'm proud of that because I want you guys to understand that. Again, I was telling you, 4 owners of the company, guys. We're all field leaders. Nobody's here, thinking about things in a box, or in isolation. We're always looking at things, what's better for the field, and we want to make sure we have longevity here. So I'm excited to see a lot of the team members already here, hitting the RPCs. It's just pretty cool. So the requirements, everybody understands exactly what the requirements are. Okay, and then the payout. I want to make sure we're clear on the payout. RE Players Club bonus is paid to your RE pay card or by check. At this point, we're still working with checks. 15 days after the 30-day qualification is achieved. Now, why is that important? Again, we want to make sure we stay in business, right? And one of the things we've learned from the past, or PJ and John, before Manny and I came on board, learned from the past is that sometimes some people come into the business and they do things that are funny business, right? And we want to make sure that we protect you and we protect this business opportunity. So that's why that 30-day window is so important. We want to make sure that people are not just putting in bodies, right, and for the purposes of just hitting the checks and walking away. That's what's been done in the past, and we want to try to avoid that fraud. So you hit the RPC, right? There's a 30-day window. Make sure that we still qualified after 30 days. And then on that next cycle, which is 15 days, you get paid. Okay, so let's just use the number 45. And I want to make sure we set expectations with the leadership here. And I want you guys to go out there and set expectations with everybody. You get paid your bonus 45 days after you've earned it. Okay, more or less. And the bonus, what I'm talking about is this one-time bonus, right? The 1250, the 2500. 3,750, 12,000, 50,000. Guys, we're paying a lot of money, so we just want to make sure that it's done correctly and that there's no fraud. Okay, that's the key to what we're doing here. So let's go in here. The RPC 50. So the RPC 50 will give you a one-time bonus of 1,250, right? Now to the upline, it'll give you 625. And then monthly, there's a $250 monthly residual. But more importantly, to the upline, this is where it comes, 125. And folks, I want you to understand this. This part is clear. If you understand the RPC 50, that's the building block of this entire machinery. That's the building block of this entire machinery. And why do I say that? Because if you come into the business and your goal is to hit RPC 500, which is what I want you guys to understand. This is my goal for you guys, the leaders. It's very simple. You get 3 people to come in front line and hit RPC 150, and their job is to bring in 3 people who are focused on RPC 50. You see how that works? So again, I come back to the RPC 50 because I want you guys to understand this crystal clear. This is the building block of this whole machinery. RPC 50. You got 17 in one leg, 17 in one leg, and then this other 16 can come from a variety of legs or all from one leg. Okay? Now, why is this so powerful? The 50% match is crazy because if you have people on your front line, if you have 6 at RPC 50, you are earning And what do I say six? I'm sorry. Let me say three. Let me say three because initially you only need to build out 3 legs. So you are earning, when you have 3 RPC 50s front line to you, you're earning 625 times 3. For those of you guys who don't want to, I don't want to make sure. I want to make sure I don't mess up here. Let me do the mathematics. Get out the calculator. 625 times 3. You've earned a one-time bonus of 1,875, right? And that's just off of the 50% match. You are earning $125 times 3, which equals 375. And guess what? You are at RPC 150, which that means you have earned, let's go back so we're all on the same page here. You've earned 1,250 plus 2,500 plus 3,750. 1,250 2,500 Let me make sure I do the math here correctly so I don't mess nobody up. 1,250 plus 2,500 plus 3,750. You've earned $7,500, right? So let's do the math. Plus, you have an additional income of $1,500 a month. You see this? At RPC 150, you have $1,500 a month. Okay? So total income just off of RPC, right? You have $1,875 plus $750, $7,500, right? So you've made $9,375, and your monthly income just off of these people, right, is $1,500 for your production plus $375, which equals $1,875. And folks, we have a few leaders. I did not ask them for permission before the call tonight, so I'm not going to mention their names, but I can tell you they're out of the state of New York and out of the state of New Jersey that are well on track to hit that this month, and they have been in the business roughly 45 to 60 days, okay? So results not typical, disclosure, always disclosure, results not typical. You got to work for this, right? You got to actually do something, right? But here's the bottom line. We're talking about these leaders have gone out. They've helped 3 people hit the RPC 50, and their income has been, they're at $9,375 in income, plus their monthly income. Monthly income is at $1,875. Folks, that covers mortgages in America. That covers alimony, child support, covers car payments, covers a lot of things, covers a lot of problems, right? And all we did here was help 3 people frontline hit the RPC 50. Now, this is a building block. Because once you have that established in your team, what's the next position? The next goal, and again, I'm going to keep this up here because the goal is for us to hit RPC 500. And I'm going to show you how it is. So step one is get 3 people frontline to hit RPC 50. Now, you may have to sponsor 10 people to find the 3 people who are going to hit RPC 50. And I'm telling you guys right now, my partners, we do not have a problem cutting the checks. We do not have a problem making sure you get paid if you do this activity. All right? Go out there and get as many checks as you can. We'll be okay. We understand the numbers, and we understand that if you build and you're successful, we're going to be successful. So we set RPC 150, and here's the magic of this. Because once you have a good understanding, good grasp of everybody here doing that, you personally hit RPC 150. Now you teach those people. You've already taught them how to hit RPC 50. Now they go ahead and turn around and do the same thing. You know what? I'm going to put this up here in the top. Because I want everybody to have crystal clear in their mind. Their goal is to hit RPC 500. I'm going to teach you how to do that today. Okay? So everybody's focused on the RPC 50. You get 3 people focused on that front line to you. You're at RPC 150. Personally. Now your front line you personally help your 3 get to 150. How are they going to do that? The same way you got to 150. First you got to 50, and then you help 3 people get to 50, and that puts you at 150. Now, when you get your 3 people at 150, this is RPC 500, and I'll tell you how. People are like, wait, man, hold on a second. That doesn't make no mathematical sense. You got to talk 3 people at 150. Well, guess what, folks? By the time they do the numbers out straight, so they can hit their numbers, because they're going to have some people that are studs and some people that are duds. By the time they hit their numbers, if you get 3 people getting to 150, you will hit RPC 500. Now, that's very simple. This is how it looks like to you. So your front line hits RPC 150. What that means to you is on the 50% match, and let's go back to this. What does that mean to them? So they've earned, for them to hit 150, they've earned $7,500. 1,250 plus 2,500 plus 3,750. Now, folks, I know tonight is not a very exciting one, but as far as my energy, it's not like, like I'm normally off bouncing off the walls, but I want to make sure you guys understand this logistics, this mathematics here, because this is the focus that I want everybody to be on. So each one has earned $7,500, which in turn makes you, let me do the math on the calculator because I don't want to mess up tonight. I want to make sure you guys are all crystal clear on this. 7,500 divided by 2, 3,750. Right? Times 3 people. $11,250. See, folks, at this point, you're just helping people promote. And by helping them promote with the RP, with that 50% match, you made another $11,250. Now, each one of them is earning $1,500. Makes you, this is a month. This makes you $750 times 3 I want to say it's 2250, but I'm going to make sure with the mathematics in the calculator. 750 times 3. That's right, $2,250. That's monthly, folks. But guess what? You do this, you are personally a RPC 500. You have earned, let's go back to the numbers. I want to make sure we're all clear here. Another $12,500 here. Excuse me. So you have earned bonuses, total personal, thank you, of 20 grand. Plus, in the 50% match, $11,250. Folks, that's a total, and I'm writing it down. I'm taking the time here tonight to write this down because I want to make sure we are clear on what the purpose and what the goals are here, right? That gives us a total of $31,250 on that angle, plus monthly residual personal, $4,000. Where do I get the $4,000? On your RPC 500, you're making $4,000 on a monthly basis. See that? Plus an extra $2,250 from your front line. $6,250. That's monthly. Folks, that's a three-step process. Three-step process. Step one is you personally hit RPC 50. Okay, that's step one. Excuse me, let me get up a little bit more here. So step one, you personally hit RPC 50. You take a step. This is a leadership business, folks. You take a leadership step and you help 3 people on your team front line to you do the same thing, right? And the beautiful thing is that it could happen in your organization outside of your front line, but you make the most money when it happens front line to you. So you go out there and sponsor as many frontline people as you personally can. That's the key here. Go out there and personal as many personal sponsors you can. Then you enroll or place them down there to help your people down there. Now, when they could be third generation to you on a genealogy chart, but because you personally sponsor, you're still going to pick up that 50% match. And that's one of those things that some of us, and I know that I've had that problem in the past, or not the problem, but I've had that philosophy in the past of helping people out by putting people under them to promote, help them promote, and as well as myself promote. Here, that's a grave mistake, because if you sponsor an Edio Montesino or an Ana Luis or a Lee or a Joanne Gross or a Monica or a Shannon or somebody that's a player, and you put them into somebody else's organization, then they sponsor them, you're going to lose a lot of money with that 50% match. So I want to make sure that we're crystal clear tonight. You want to sponsor personally as many people as you can, and then you could help people in your team by putting them under them with a roller place, but you don't lose that 50% match. Okay, so that's critical, because guess what, guys? I'm saying here, 3 of your people are going to hit that RPC 50, but if you sponsor 20 people and 5 or 10 of them hit that RPC 50 and hit that RPC 150 and hit that RPC 500, then you are going to be mega banking money. Doesn't matter where they are in your organization if you roller place them. All right? So step 1, RPC 50. You personally go out there today and get yourself focused to developing your legs. So you have at least 17, and then 16 with the rest of your business. That puts you at RPC 50. That's the rule of the game today. Is this, guys? We've been playing around with this for a few days now. Some of you guys for a few weeks, and some of you folks with me about going on 50 days or so, right? Now it's time to get organized here because I want to make sure we start making money, a lot of money, and there's a lot of money to be made here. So RPC 50, you personally go out there and hit RPC 50. That's going to give you a nice bonus check. By the way, guys, we have here this past week, we've had Ana Lewis we have had a girl down in Orlando hit this, and Ana Lewis, and I'm sorry, just let me mind her name. This girl down in Orlando, she just hit the RPC 50, and Ana Luis also hit RPC 50 a week and a half ago, and this week she hit RPC 100. So a great job there, tremendous leader out of the state of New York. We also have a few of you guys that are on this call tonight that are real close to hitting that RPC 50 and RPC 100. So keep going, guys. Second goal, Lillian from Miami. All right, welcome. That's awesome. Killing it, guys. Miami's in the house. So the first goal is RPC 50. The second goal is RPC 150. And that's very simple, like I said. So step number one is you personally hit that RPC 50. Step number two is you help 3 people frontline to you or in your organization, but 3 people frontline to you hit the RPC 50 in 3 different legs. That'll take you to 150 automatically. And that's going to put in some serious money in your pocket here. Puts in an extra $7,500 personally to you, plus an income, let me see this here. It puts in $9,375 to you, plus your monthly is coming in at $1,875. Mr. Anedio out of Patterson is a stud. I love that guy. That guy's crushing some crazy numbers. He's going to do some crazy stuff. I'm telling you guys, it's going to be awesome. All right, so step 2 is that RPC 50. Now the third, the RPC 150. Now when you get to 150, you made that step. Now you help your 3 hit that RPC 150. That'll take you to RPC 500. And folks, I'm not even saying that this is the mega land or anything, but this is where I want you guys to be in the next 60, 90, 180 days. This is where, if you're on this call tonight, you're taking time away from your family. If you're focused on this business day in, day out, you're really looking to make something happen here, you want to be laser focused on RPC 500. I'm not even trying to be polite tonight. I'm telling you exactly what needs to be done if you want to be successful here and start picking up some good checks and start living off of this comp plan. See, I'm normally nice, jumping around here and trying to be nice and polite. I'm not being polite. I'm telling you exactly what the game plan is, folks. So I want you to pay close attention, take out pen and paper, because this is exactly what you need to do. RPC 500, that's the goal here. Because that puts in your pocket $31,000. Imagine if you could put in your pocket in the next 60 days, 90 days, in the next 180 days, $31,000 extra in your pocket. And I believe there's going to come a day here very soon that there's going to be people doing this in 30 or 45 days. All right. I mean, they're going to jump off the cup and get this done. $31,250 income in just bonuses. $6,250 a month in just residual. And folks, I'm just saying, do this yourself. RPC 50. Help 3 of those 3 guys that you brought in for a line to you to do the same thing, and then help them do the same steps that you did. Help them find their 3 to get to RPC 50, and everything will flow up. Everything will make a lot of sense and make you a whole lot of money. Now, why am I focused on this, and why have we been so focused this month on boom? Why are we so focused on this part, and why am I so focused on this part tonight? And I'm going to tell you why. Because it's all about distribution. I've said this 10,000 times, and I'll say it 100,000 times more before I'm said and done and I walk off into the sunset. The McDonald's story is the most powerful story I can share with you guys. Because McDonald's is the most powerful company on planet Earth selling hamburgers for one simple reason. The number one reason is because they have more distribution than anybody else on planet Earth. There's more McDonald's franchises than there are any other store on planet Earth. They sell more hamburgers, more hot dogs, more hamburgers, more French fries, more Coke, more chicken, and more toys. And if they sold hot dogs, they would sell more hot dogs, right? They don't sell hot dogs yet. I might give them that idea and get some royalty off of that. But they sell more of those products because they have more distributors than anybody else on planet Earth. And I want to share with you guys, if you want to win in this company, if you want to win in this industry, it doesn't matter how pretty your presentation is. It doesn't matter how good you speak, or it doesn't matter how many friends you got at church on Sunday. What matters is how big is your distribution. What matters is you go out there and you share this business and you share this vision of where you're going, of where you're taking your family, where you're taking your team, and you sell that vision and you make sure that people understand where you're going. And if they want to jump on for the train ride, they can jump on for the train ride. Now, if they don't want to jump on, stop trying to convince people. Stop wasting your time out there, because we're looking for those people who are going to build a business and build distribution. See, I get this all the time. People are like, oh, listen, Armando, that sounds all good, but you guys are putting a lot of money in recruiting. Well, yeah. Well, yeah. See, other companies have sold people the idea that you don't have to get paid on recruiting. Well, we're building a distribution channel here. We want to put in 100,000, 250,000, 500,000, 1 million, 5 million, 10 million distributors. That's our goal. Our goal is to put in $100 million in income into this company in the next 5 years, and within the next 10 years, hit $1 billion marker. That's what we're doing here, folks. We're not here to play games, and we understand that we got to share, and we're okay with that, because again, all four of the owners are field leaders. Folks, we didn't just think it was a good idea at our fraternity in Harvard University. And I'm not talking bad about Harvard. Good people come out of Harvard, great ideas. But folks, all four of us have been in your shoes. All four of us were in the shoes of that brand new person that's starting today, that's looking at this for the very first time, looking at the industry for the very first time, eyes wide open, saying, wow, there's an opportunity here for me to someday build a business and fire my boss. There's an opportunity here for one day for me to build a business and buy that new car, or buy a new car for my wife, or move to the better side of the tracks. Folks, in America, we have this great opportunity. And sometimes when I speak in the English channels, when I go to the meetings in English, sometimes there's not that many immigrants in the room. A lot of you guys were born in this country. A lot of your folks, your parents and your grandparents were born in this country, and you lost the ideas. And I'm not trying to criticize here. I'm just trying to make a point here. We lost the ideas that somebody in your lineage came to this country for the American dream, or was brought to this country for somebody else's American dream. But today, you're born in the opportunity that you can go ahead and make yourself whatever you want to make yourself. And as a business owner, folks, you have a lot more opportunity than you ever will in a job. Now, some of you guys here, I know that there's some nurses on the call, and some people that are in love with their job. And if you love your job, hey, listen, that's okay. But you're here for a reason, because you need a little bit more extra money in your life. And the judge just showed you there, where an extra $6,000 come into your home. And maybe not in the next month. Maybe it'll take you 6 months. Maybe it'll take you a year. But is it worth it to have an extra $6,000 coming in on a monthly basis? Now he's making me put on my glasses here. That's what I'm talking about, $350. Documentation beats conversation. Appreciate you, Anedio. Excellent. Documentation beats conversation. Now, that extra $350, some people will be like, oh, man, it's not worth it. Hell yeah, he could take his wife to a nice dinner. He can buy an extra, whatever. There's things that money buys. And that's what I'm trying to share with you guys here. This opportunity, this business opportunity, helps a lot of people break to the next level. do things that otherwise are not able to do. And folks, that's what we're talking about here. I just broke down the game plan tonight. I'm not being apologetic. I'm telling you straight from the gut, straight from my heart. Why? Because I don't want to have a conversation that 6 months from now you didn't know exactly what was expected of you. I want you to be crystal clear with what is the expectation here. And the expectation is for you to go out there and build your distribution, build your empire. We got three amazing industries right now that we represent. We represent energy. The guys, I mean, are you kidding me? That's one of the most important thing, right, in your household, because we couldn't have this webinar. We couldn't do a lot of things if we didn't have energy, right? Nobody unplugged their refrigerator when they went to work today. So that's being consumed every single day. We are a legitimate business. We're in business with licenses and insurance and bond, and we're licensed in the states where we're doing business. And guys, we talk about deregulation, but in reality, it's one of the most regulated industries in the world, and we're actually participating in that. So folks, be crystal clear with people. We are in a legitimate business opportunity. The second thing that we represent, folks, is the business funding. And nobody on earth is doing this, what we're doing right now, which is pretty cool. I'm sure we're going to have some copycats here in the next few months, from the next few years, but we got a jump start on that. And I know people right now that are doing that, just building teams to go out there and get commercial energy and business funding. And with the 50% match, it makes a whole lot of money, a whole lot of sense. And again, this month, March Madness, I've talked to my business partners, and it's all about building distribution. We're going to go into detail next month and in the next few months about business funding and how you can build teams to go out there and look for commercial deals and commercial energy and stuff like that. There's a lot of money to be made there, both for the rep, for the best friend that goes out there and does that business, as well as for their sponsor, right? And for the upline. But right now, it's about creating distribution. It's about putting a distributor of your organization in every single state that we're in operation, in every single city that we're in operation, in every single town, in every single block, and every single whatever you decide that you can visualize. And if you can't stretch your mind and imagination to that far right now, stick around with us. Stick around with these leaders that are on here. And Eddie Montesino, we got some. I mean, I'm telling you, I'm looking at this list here of leaders that we got. Leslie out in Ohio. We got so many people in this organization that have big dreams, big vision, big goals. Stick around with these folks. These guys are going to show you how to get there. I'm going to dedicate my life to this. I've already made that commitment. I'm here at this company right now because I saw the vision of Mr. Peter Jensen. I saw the opportunity that we had, that the 4 business owners, that we were going to get into business, and we were going to create something that was going to be powerful and change lives. And that's why I'm here, folks. Trust me, I can make a whole lot more money a lot of other places. And some guys who know me personally know the offers that were made. I tell you that I'm here because what we can do together, we cannot do anywhere else. This compensation plan, this bonuses that we're putting in place, everything that we're doing right now, folks, it's just taking us to that next level so that we can create that big distribution. And you guys, the leaders that are actually working and building that distribution, can eat comfortably for many years to come. So, folks, that's my time. I know I went a little bit over tonight, and I went a little bit technical, which is not my style. As you guys can see, when I stopped writing, I can talk and I can give you guys what's in this brain and this head, and this, as you can see, there's a whole lot of head, right? But I wanted to share with you guys from my heart, folks. Now we know the game plan. This is the game plan, RPC 500. Because guess what? The next step after that is for people in your organization to start hitting RPC 500. And what that does, that's going to take you into outer space. We already have it written out. We have it written out to an RPC level where you're going to have $1 million check. Keep in mind, Peter Jensen was the second person in the history of network marketing off of comp to get a $1 million check. So obviously, he knows how to do it. He's training us what we need to do. We're giving it by little because we don't want to overwhelm nobody. Don't worry about the $1 million check yet. That'll come. Focus on the RPC 50 yourself. Focus on your team, the RPC 50. And everybody's talking that RPC 50 language. You build out that RPC 50. then you get to 150, right? But once you hit RPC 150, you talk to your people about helping them get to RPC 150 and helping their team members get to RPC 150. That'll take you to RPC 500 and beyond. Folks, I want to see a lot of you guys win. I want to see everybody here win. I'm not here. There's no greed on our part. We want to make sure you're getting checks. We want to make sure you're getting the lifestyle that you deserve and the life that you really want. And that's what we're here for. So, guys, my name is Armando Torres. We're here on Wednesday nights at WWWK Club. I'm going to go ahead and stop this recording. As is customary, I'm going to stick around for a few minutes and answer questions. I said it when I got in the industry. I walked in and I was in your shoes, guys. And some of you guys are brand new tonight and looking at this for the first time, and you might have signed up this week and are at this, and your eyes wide open, and you're like, wow, there is a path. And I was there. I was in your shoes. And when I was brand new in this industry, I saw the big leaders, and I was like, wow, that's one day I'm gonna be on stage. One day I'm gonna be a big industry icon here, right? And I had that vision, I had that dream, and I knew I was gonna do it. And I worked my tail off. Those of you guys who know me, been working with me for a while, you know that I worked my tail off to get to where I'm at, right? But I always wanted to make sure that I was connected to the field, no matter how high I get. Today I have the privilege, I'm really honored and blessed to be an owner here and to lock arms with incredible leadership. And I'm still going to do these meetings one-on-one with you guys because I want to make sure that you guys hear from me personally, from what's in my heart, what's in my head, and I want to hear from you. So if you're live here, stick around here for a few seconds. If you're watching the recording, love you. See you later.